that's why I really don't do lives that often, because in that live that I had to delete, there was a sound in that video, and it was like one of the most aggravating sounds. I don't know what that was. I really don't even know what that was. But basically, what I was saying in that video is I want to help. I want to help anyone who just needs help and don't feel like they have anywhere to go. Um, I'm sorry, it's something crazy popping up on the screen, but basically, what has brought me to this point is I've been seeing a lot on my feeds, a lot of people who are just struggling, just mentally, uh, physically, spiritually. People have just been struggling, and for the past few months, God has really been replaying over and over and over again, like my first personal encounter with Him. When I was about 7 or 8, I had my first encounter with God. And in this encounter, He told me, there is something that I need for you to do, and it's going to help a lot of people. And then He just went away. So, because of that, at 7 to 8 at the time, I really didn't think too much about it. Like, I just went back to playing, but it never left me. And once I got into my teenage years and I'm trying to figure life out, it really became heavy on me, because I knew I had an assignment from God, but I had no idea what that assignment was. But I knew that it was supposed to help a lot of people, but I had no idea how to help a lot of people. And so it really, really started to weigh on me and play with my mind, and it really caused me to, just, it really caused me to, I fell into a depression, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. I fell into a depression, not knowing how to handle that weight, that responsibility. At the same time, be a kid, be a teenager. My way of trying to handle it was, I felt like I needed to be perfect. I felt like I couldn't make mistakes, because there was something that God had for me to do. And I didn't want Him to be upset or be disappointed or take away whatever it was that He had for me, because I couldn't rise to the occasion. And so, having all of these thoughts, and you're just really trying to, you really don't even know yourself, it caused me to slip into like a depression. Like, every day I would wake up and I would be like sad, like life wasn't anything that I thought it would be. Now, don't get me wrong, like when I say that, and that's where a lot of people make the mistake, because when people say something like they suffer from depression, a lot of people try to blame it on something bad happening in your childhood, or which all of that could be true, okay? But it's not true for me. My parents were the best parents and still are the best parents in this world. I had a great childhood. It was just once I got to my teenage years, this weight, this enormous weight of knowing that I've had an encounter with God, knowing that there was something that God wanted me to do, but I have no idea what that is. It was something that I thought about like every day. It was every like waking thought. Like I could just hear Him so clearly. And as much as I would pray, it was like there were no answers. So I felt like I was failing. And it caused me to, struggle. That's why, like, my teenage years, I hid away. Like, I would be in my room all the time. I hardly ever went out as a teenager because it was just like, I'm trying to figure this out. This is what I'm trying to figure out. Um, but and a lot of people didn't notice that something was going on with me because I noticed that I could make people laugh. So that's what I started doing. I didn't want nobody to ask me no questions. Don't ask me why. What's wrong with you? Don't do that. It was one of those things. So I would make people laugh just so they would feel like everything was okay. But it wasn't okay. So I understand having it all together on the outside, but on the inside you're struggling. Understand that. And I feel that's why I'm now understanding what my purpose in life is and what that thing is that God wanted me to do. He had to take me through it so that I can understand when people would bring it to me. Because what's happening to me is, whether I wanted to or not, people, strangers, people that I know but don't really know, they are coming to me and they are just telling me very personal things. Very personal things. And they are not coming to me wanting to know, well, what would you do? Like, they are really coming to me looking for a spiritual guide, I guess I can say. And so I always remove myself out of the situation and I allow God to take over, and whatever He needs for them to hear, I allow Him to speak through me. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, my purpose is to be a servant of God. And I know we are all supposed to be servants of God, but there are different levels to this. No, I'm just playing, but that is like my purpose. My purpose is that, just to help. Is to help. So I'm making myself available. At the end of the day, that's all I'm trying to say. I'm gonna start doing check-ins on live Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. If you feel like you can't go to your family, if you feel like you can't go to your friends, if you just want somebody that really doesn't even know you to just vent to, that's what I'm gonna be here for. To just help you through whatever you're going through. Now, don't come to me, expect me. I'm not a preacher. Let me tell you, I'm not a preacher. I don't want that title. Don't put that on me. I've had people put that title on me. Do not do that. I am not that. I'm just somebody who loves God, and God has a calling on my life, and I want to walk in that calling. And that calling is to help. Now, that's not all that I'm made for. Okay, there's a lot of other stuff that I want to do and that I'm working on, but this is one of the most important ones. So, like I said, if you just need someone to talk to, when I do the live chats, and I don't know what day I'm gonna do them on quite yet, but I will be posting it up when I do live chats. Feel free to, because I know they have now where you can talk to somebody live. Okay, so if you want to do that, if you're comfortable doing that, please join. If not, you can DM me, so we'll talk away from people, so nobody will know your business. I won't spread your business. If you want to DM me anonymously, like, that's cool too. Like, if you're just having, like, if you just want a spiritual guide, and mind you, I don't have the answers, but I know who has the answers. And my whole purpose for talking to you will be to help get you in tune, to help connect you with Him. Because a lot of us, I don't know if you're like me, you were given, you were given God, but you haven't developed that personal relationship with God. And that's where a lot of us kind of go wrong. We have God on Sundays when we go to church, but we leave God in that church. And so Monday through Saturday, we just out here by ourselves. We haven't checked in with God, haven't prayed, haven't taken a chance to say just thank you, haven't consulted Him about anything, any decision that we make. But then Sunday we go pick Him up. Oh, thank you, Jesus. So that's kind of where we need to start. We need to start developing that personal relationship with Him. And I want to help you do that. And in turn, you help me because you keep me on my toes. You make me make sure that my personal relationship with God is always where it needs to be. Because I'm not perfect with that. So, and I think that's one of the beautiful things about just us. We're supposed to be here to help each other. So let's do it. Like, let's help each other. Like, yeah, why not? So I'll be back. And when I come back, if you need help, hit me up. If you don't, well, you just got it all together then, don't you? That's no fun. But anyway, all right. But that's all I had to say. That's all I was trying to say in my life. But now I'm going to eat and get my children off the bus. So I will talk to y'all soon. All right.